The Chocolate Man by Papa Joe. Once, there were two brothers, and they were as different as apples and elephants. And when they grew up, they were more different still. Now, the first brother, the older brother, he was really good at planning. And, I'm not distant planning, because, you know, planning will take you far, but he planned things to death. And most of what he planned was how to get a lot of money. So he made a lot of money, but he didn't have much fun. Now the second brother, the younger brother, he was really good at sharing. And some people, mostly his older brother, they would say that he shared more than he had, but he only shared what was his. So that couldn't be true, right? Well, he didn't make much money, but he had a lot of fun. And his lady said to him that he would read aloud to her on hot Sunday afternoon. By the fire on a cold winter's night, he would wrap his arms around her, even in public sometimes. And he left her alone sometimes too, you know. He did it all. He read, he wrote, he listened and he spoke, he felt and he thought, smiled and he loved, he did it all. And one day when he was leaving his lady alone for a while, somebody else did some sharing. And he ended up with a 10-pound chunk of chocolate. And as it was a warm day, he slipped that chunk of chocolate under his hat and he headed for home. Now, there wouldn't be a story if something didn't happen. But what happened is hard to believe. You see, the younger brother, he was walking on home and the sun was hot and he sees this big old boulder and thinks, the shade of that big old boulder be a nice place to rest. So he sat in the shade of that big old boulder and he took himself a nap. Well, the sun moved, but he didn't. His hat didn't move, but the chocolate did. It melted down his face, down the back of his neck. It melted down and down till he was covered from head to toe in chocolate. Think he woke up then? Think he woke up then? Nope. Well, the sun went down and the moon came up and that warm day turned into a cold night. Chocolate hardened up. He's sitting there now like a big old chocolate Santa Claus. Think he woke up then? Nope. It got really late and suddenly the boulder cracks open and out from under the boulder comes a family of goblins. And aren't those little goblin kids so excited to see a chocolate man sitting out in front of their front door? Well, Mama Goblin, she looks over there and she says, no chocolate till after supper! This is your mom, right? So the kids, they pick up the chocolate man and they carry him down into the goblin house and they go off to find some supper. Lucky for that second brother, the younger brother, the goblin home was kind of warm and it melted up the chocolate, got nice and soft, and he howled on home. His old lady was really glad to see him. Not just because she loved him, but because she got to eat the chocolate off him. found the gold coins. They must have got stuck to him when he was in the goblin house, so anyway, now he did have some money. And when the older brother, that first brother, heard about the chocolate and the goblins and the gold, of course he started planning. And since this had to do with making lots of money, he put it right into effect. He went downtown, got himself a 10-pound chunk of chocolate, slipped it up under his hat, headed off for that big old boulder, and he sat on down in the shade. Oh yeah, thinking about that goblin gold. Well, the sun moved, he didn't. His hat didn't move, but the chocolate did. It melted down his face, down the back of his neck. It melted down and down till he was covered head to toe in chocolate. Think he moved then? Too busy thinking about that goblin gold. Well, the sun went down and the moon came up, and that warm day turned into a cold night. Chocolate hardened up. He's sitting there like a big old chocolate Santa Claus. Think he moved then? He's still thinking about that goblin gold. Well, it got really late, like late night, and the boulder cracks open. Out comes the family of goblins, and those little goblin kids excited to see another chocolate man sitting out in front of their front door. And the goblin mama, she just looks over there, she says, "We ain't letting this one get away." Think he moved then? No, that chocolate was stiff. He was scared stiff. And the first thing those little goblin children did was bite off his head. Oh well, because the younger brother, he lived happily ever after. And his lady said to him that he would read to her on lazy Sunday afternoons and by the fire on a cold winter's night. He'd wrap his arms around her, even in public sometimes. Left her alone sometimes too. He did it all. He listened and he spoke and he read and he wrote and he thought and he felt and he smiled and he loved and he was. And once in a while, he brought his lady some chocolate. That's the Chocolate Man by myself. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy your time here. Coming right up now, right now is the Whip Tales, you know. And that